It's our final episode of 2025. And before I dive in, I just wanted to say thank you from the deepest depths of my soul. I am so grateful that you are a listener to the show. You tune in every single week, and we get to have this amazing connection back and forth, and that the content I share speaks to you and to your soul as well. I'm excited to round out the year by inviting my most special guest on the show, which is my husband, Justin. We're going to dive into some things that have happened over this year that have been pretty instrumental for us and share some raw, honest truths about our marriage, our parenting, our businesses, and just inspire you to, continually evaluate your relationships and to continue to draw in all the inspiration as you head into 2026. So wishing you the happiest new year. Welcome to my year-end recap of 2026, except it is not just my year-end recap.
It's not.
I am joined by my most amazing husband. We like to do this episode once a year. Well, I should say I forcefully voluntold him that he should come join me for the last episode of 2025. And no, I don't think I feel like you're forceful. You like to record with me on this, don't you?
Yeah, I like to do it for you.
Love your honesty. You can catch actually the real video of us on YouTube too. We'll make sure you drop the link if you don't listen on YouTube. That is an option, but it is the end of the year. It's fun to take a look back. It's way cooler. You guys have told me when I do this with him because the downloads prove as a testament to that. And today we're going to be looking at our year and having some honest conversations. I've slightly prepped him. Also, we never know where the episode is going to go. So
True.
Hooray for that. It's the end of 2025. We've had 12 months deep. A lot of life has changed. Lots of things. Before we get started, can you just tell the people about what you do, where you've been?
Like this year? Or what do you mean?
I mean,
It's just in general?
Through the years. You should talk about your business and where you were.
Yeah.
And you know what.
Obviously, my name's Justin. That's where she gets the walker from. My business is doing well. It's been a great year for us. We've grown about 10% this year. We make custom knives. So it's Milmac blades. You can check us out if you need chef's knives, hunting knives, tactical stuff, whatever. So that is my business. Started doing that about 11 years ago. Retired from the police department. Spent a bunch of time on our SWAT team here in Phoenix. And yeah, that's kind of where things have been for me this year.
I'm noticing something right now. You make me the most nervous out of everybody podcasting, and I never get nervous podcasting.
Why?
I don't know. I just...
You're not even trying to grab something off the ground.
What do you mean? Oh, you're so funny. Okay. We're going to talk about a lot of things that I've hopefully primed him for. Some things that have some scenarios that have happened this year that are interesting. I want to start out the conversation because many clients of mine have shared through the years that the relationship dynamic for them is one that has really drove success in their business or has very much been a hindrance in their business. And that's part of the reason I asked him to come, because we've been doing this in not 9 years together we've both been businessing for 9 years. You've been businessing longer than me. But I think there's a myth about what being a supportive spouse actually looks like. And I think we should talk about that a little bit and talk about what it looks like for us. And none of this is because we're gurus or experts, but we're going to be celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. We will have been together 27 years. So there's a lot of growth we've done together through the journey. But I'm curious, what do you feel like being a supportive spouse looks like for you or means to you?
Yeah, I think some people get really caught up in the word support and what that means and don't really like drive it down to like, hey, what am I defining as support? Is support me meaning that I just like go along with everything you say and just like tell you that you're doing good if you're not doing good, like tell you that you're doing these things if you're not doing them? Like what does support truly mean to you and your husband or wife? Like for us, I think it's always like supporting who we know each other are and can be, not what we want in the moment.
Yeah, there's sometimes where I feel like the support I want is this cheerleader piece. And that sometimes is what I need, especially when you're struggling. But the reality is, I think support 8 out of 10 times is being the consistent sounding board of truth when maybe other people in our lives don't have that to offer us, or they don't get to see the full scope or the picture of what's happening. And so we know each other best and can offer that. And I think that that doesn't mean you're never questioning me. I'm
No.
definitely questioning you. You're definitely
Yeah.
questioning me. But I do think that's what support looks like.
Yeah, I think it's but questioning in like a loving way, not like what the hell are you doing? Like
Yeah.
that, like it has to be loving, it has to be, and you have to start from a foundation of like you knowing that your spouse has your best interest at heart, right? Like no one is going to want you to do better than I do, and vice versa. Like just no one's not, like that's not going to have it. Not a friend, not a family member, no one is going to want that for us like we do for each other. So I think like truly understanding support and not support in the minute, like support on the overarching goal of what you asked for. Like, hey, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to build a business. Like, support me in that. So that doesn't mean when you're having a rough day or when your plate is full that I can tell you to quit because that's what you want to hear. Like, that's not support.
Yeah. As you were talking, I was thinking back. Many of my listeners are not 8 years in, they're a few years in. And maybe they're starting to gain momentum. They're working to get in their first, few $1,000 months, growing into 5 and 10K months. And I'm thinking back to when that was for us. And there, I think, is some frustrations with the spouse and this could go either way. It could be a guy building a business or a woman building a business. Obviously, I'm the woman. You're my supportive husband. Give us like what maybe you need to see as the husband, because you 100% were the breadwinner in the early days where I was building, and still, I mean, still are now with a lot of opportunities that exist. But like, what does that look like? Because I'm thinking of women whose husbands are maybe saying, you need to make more money. I'm not really seeing the proof in the pudding.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that? Or what can you say to that to give encouragement?
Yeah, I think first off, like you have to do what you say you're going to do. So like if you are a wife going to your husband and you want to start a business and you say you're going to do these things, or you hire a coach and you want to spend money on coaching, and then 6 months later you haven't done any of the things your coach said to do, or you haven't done the things you told your husband you were going to do, like that makes it hard to be supportive in those times, right? Like especially if as the dude you are out and you are like busting your ass and you're working hard and you're paying and you are the primary breadwinner. Like if I'm going to, and this is not like how it always is with us, but if I'm going to support you, if we're gonna take some of the money that we've set aside for you to go do this thing, or you're gonna put on a credit card or whatever, like we're gonna spend some money for you to move farther down the road, then like you have to do it. Like you have to do it. You owe it to your husband or wife, whoever's starting the business, to do it. Like you're using your money to go do something. Like if you're going to spend 10 grand on coaching and you don't go do what the coach says, like you just wasted a couple awesome vacations.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like,
I think that's one of the reasons we have such a good relationship and rapport around business building is both of us have always executed on that.
yeah, I think you are better at that. Yeah.
What do you mean better now? Or
Yeah, I think you are better in execution over the consistent time, I think. Yeah.
better than what though? I'm confused.
Than me.
Oh, than you. Okay.
Oh, you were trying to be funny.
No, I really didn't know what you
okay,
meant. I
okay.
appreciate that. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah.
for that, love.
You are like way more systematic than I am.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Like I can do stuff and have like whatever, a great month and sell a ton of knives and like have a ton of money coming in, but it's not as systematic as you are for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But my point being in all of this is that the implementation, no matter what it was. I mean, I remember getting on sales conversations when I was doing more nutrition work, and I remember women physically saying, "Oh, I want to do this so bad," but my husband's going to say like, "You haven't done the thing that the last few coaches have told you." And I think that's the biggest piece, and that's where it's transitioned. I've got from BDC members, wow, you and Justin have such a great relationship. He just encourages you to invest or to go out and do the thing. And my answer is always because he has the receipts to
Well, it's
show.
gotten easier over time.
Yeah.
Like I think the first time you did it,
You
it
were
was very
your
much like, whoa, like it was, I don't even remember what it was, but it was over 10K, right? It was like 15 or 18 or something. I was like, holy crap. Like that's a hard to say yes to, but I know you're going to do what you say you're going to do. And I think like having, and then now it's easier. So now you want to spend 25,000 or 30,000 or whatever it is on this coaching, then like, I know you're going to go do it. So it's not a question of if, it's not a question of like, hey, is this a good ROI?
Yeah,
like it's you're going to do it.
yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you for that. I want to go back to a time though this year. I told him that I was going to talk about this, but I had to get his permission. Our daughter it turned 16 this year, so that's been a huge parenting thing, which I'll circle back to. And we knew we were planning to buy a new vehicle, and so we were out shopping, and I kind of went out wanting this particular vehicle, but kind of had scratched it off the list because it was a big investment, but it was also probably like it is like my dream car. And we shopped around, but nothing really met it. And anyways, all the jargon around the financial piece, we were both pretty excited about it, but you knew that I was like gun ho on this particular vehicle. Yeah. And I was like, okay, we're going to do it. And he said, what did you say, basically?
I said, I'm in, you're just going to pay for it.
Yeah. And mind you, we've never done separate finances for anything. What's his is mine. What's mine is his. There's never separation. And I felt in the moment like not on the same
Super
team.
happy.
I felt abandoned. I was like, he's hanging me out to dry in this decision. And I was really honestly angry. And why are you laughing?
Because it was I think in your brain, you really you really thought at the time that I would have like not made the payments if you didn't do it.
No, I know that. But still, the point being is now I actually think, talking about supportive spouses, that was one of the best things you've ever done for me in business. Is it helped up level me 100% control. I've always been in control of all of my business finances. We've always run completely cash-based businesses. We've never borrowed money. I mean, except for like revolving credit card purchases that we pay off. I mean, pretty much we've run a cash forward business for the businesses. I mean, we have personal debt. I've talked about that story on here all the time. But the point being is that this gave me this like new level of ownership in my business. And I remember at one point, when I finally could say that to him, I was thinking, he's like, well, I've always seen you as, this is a Ted Lasso reference, like boss ass bitch. And he's like, I just want you to believe it even more than you already do. And I knew how you were going to feel in that car. And it's going to feel way better driving in that car, knowing that you are the one that is doing it and your husband is not buying the car for you. And you could have never been more right.
It's still my name.
Stop it right now.
I'm just kidding. But no, but like, so that was, you say it like it's an easy thing. Like that was an ego hit for me too, because like, I want to take care of you. I want to provide for you. But like, I really truly felt like, hey, like if you want, like you are this girl, this woman, like be this woman. Like you don't need me to buy the car for you. Like I'll pay for it if you want, but you don't need that. And I think like in my brain, like that was the way I could get you to realize, not that you don't need me, because that could have backfired. But like that you can do it on your own. Like you can do it. Like, hey, if you want this freaking Defender, like,
yeah,
go buy the Defender. You can do it.
Well, I think that just goes back to the money discussions of, I think there is this healthy balance of coming together. We used to have this And we still do. Like anything over $100, we were very adamant. Like we always consult each other.
Yeah.
That number has grown a little bit more as we've made more money. But I still think there's this mutual respect that exists. But going back, when I decide to make investments in my business and you the same, there is evidence of receipts that we take those investments and we multiply those investments. And I think that makes the financial trust between the two of us grow even more.
Yeah, 100%. I think, yeah, just like doing what you said you're going to do and showing that you're going to do it. Like, hey, like if you go to your spouse and you show them like, hey, I can pay this, like I'm making this much where I can do that. Like they can't deny it. Like if you're a profitable business, if you're doing things, even if you're not profitable, but you're showing that like you're
You're
not
on your
just
way.
constantly losing money, like you're making progress. I think that's huge. Like I don't know a husband out there that doesn't want his wife to be successful. And then just like, what does that success look like? Like at the same time, I don't think a husband wants his, in my opinion, like we have the freedom to do things, right? I wouldn't want you like in an office making a ton of money, but you're gone every day from 6:30 in the morning to 6:30 at night. Like that'd be miserable.
That's not our definition of success.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree. Looking back on the money piece, and then we'll switch gears because I want to talk more about like some of the growth from this year. I think another thing that has helped our growth as far as money dynamics is a trust in giving more money away.
Yeah.
Which is something that you really helped me with. And I've shared that story, around years of like feeling like my business was shifting and not feeling like I had the money to give and giving it anyways. And I felt so helpless. And then I realized, if I can't do that, then I don't actually believe in my business.
Yeah.
Like I don't have complete trust that it's all going to work out. And I know as we end 2025, one of my big goals, which we've vaguely talked about but haven't really locked in the number, is like I want to give more money away than we ever have. And that can be in lots of places. Like we've had opportunities come up this year for people in our lives that needed support, that, we're just like coming from nowhere, and how grateful that feeling is to be able to have built businesses from the ground up that now let us support other people. I feel like I've never realized how amazing like that gift is.
Just to be like giving with it? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're way better at that than me.
Yeah, I think it's like once you realize it's not your money, like it's like God has put us on a path, like we've executed that path, like in his design. And we've been able to be successful, and we've been able to make more than we need. Like we have the ability to give it away. And I think like sometimes at the beginning it's hard, but I think like once you see like how it can impact people, is awesome. But I also think it's cool when you don't get to truly see it. Like when we tithe, like when we give money to the church and it goes there and we don't know exactly where it's going, or if it's going to missions, or if it's going to a new campus, or if it's going to this program or that program. Like you are just trusting that God is going to do good things with that money because he's gonna through the church, and you give it away.
I also love, we have a local ice cream shop that we go to, and they're in there slinging scoops and working hard. And sometimes we leave like a very robust tip for what, like for us. I mean, for us, it would be robust. And to see the look on these teenagers' eyes of like how grateful. Well, I mean, we've done it like different iterations of it, but last Christmas was like it.
Yeah. I think it was just me and you, or I don't know if the kids were with us, but we gave them $100 bill, and it was like two girls in there, and they were like crying and freaking out. And it's like, like you just have the ability, like it's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like it's not right. Like because of where we are at to us, but it's like once you get to a place of just understanding that like, hey, like you have the ability to bless others, whether that's, and maybe that's not money, maybe that's time, maybe that's your gifts of like what you do for work, your service, like just do it. And
yeah, I think it's just like the releasing of control of money that
it's not
like
easy.
Feels like abundance, which is something that it kind of boggles my mind a little bit. Okay, turning the tables around, what do you feel like's the thing that you've grown through or grown with the most? Like I don't know if it's a personality trait or something that you saw as a weakness or you noticed in yourself that you were like, all right, I need to work on this. And now looking back in 2026, you're like, dang, I did a good job. Or I'm sorry, 2025. We're not in 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had kind of talked about it. I think just being like more patient with our daughter, with Mac, just being a little more, not always, I think not trying to fix the things. Like as a dad, as a husband, you want to fix the things. And as a woman, sometimes you don't want the things fixed. You would like to sit in your misery and your sorrow and your sadness and just be there for a while.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And I don't understand it, but I think like just being able to get to a place where I can do that and just listen. I think that's been like probably a good area for me of where I've grown.
I think 100%. Even the way you approach the conversation, even with me, I can feel it is there's a level of patience, or the way you even approach, you're like, I can tell inside you want your bubbling, but you'll look at me and very lovingly be like, would it be okay if I share this with you? And I appreciate that so much.
Would it be okay if we tried to fix the problem that you're crying about? No. Okay, cool. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, no, I don't do that for sure. But yes, there's definitely been times in my life. Would you like to know my opinion of the thing that I feel like I've shifted?
That you've shifted or that I've shifted?
No, that I did. You just shared
what have you shifted the most in 20?
Thanks for asking. I'm curious how you feel about this, but there's two things. One I'm not going to touch on because it's an ongoing discussion, but I think that for me, like creating the pockets of presence, because I'm easily a workaholic. I could sit in here. I mean, to your point, I could sit in here from 6 to 8 probably and just whittle away because I love it and because I get a lot of joy out of it. But I keep going back to that.
You got to pivot a damn car. No, I'm just kidding.
I feel that my brain still wants to tell me that's where I need to be, but I've done a better job of trying to be spontaneous with you, like random lunch dates. We've implemented our Friday lunches, which is
dates.
Yeah, lunch dates.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Or yeah. What do you mean dates?
I'm just
okay. Yeah, every Friday.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay. And other spontaneous things that for me, it's been like a huge growth. And I can still feel my brain being like, oh, you should be working. You should be doing this. And to work on like the presence of that has been, I don't know, for me, I feel a huge difference. I still have work to do, but for me, there's a big difference.
Yeah, you can see it for sure. I think you can see it. Just not touching your computer as often, like after you said you're done with work, or not checking things out again, or not continually going back. Like I think you become more efficient in those times, so you're not
and totally bowing out on weekends unless we have like a big launch or something, which has been good. And because of that, I feel so much more excited and refreshed on Monday. I almost feel like
what was that
so pumped.
You were going to say said it's ongoing. You said there's two things. What the
the thing I'm still working on is my affection.
Oh,
and working on being more affectionate, which is a work in progress for sure. I definitely haven't improved on that too, but still trying to up level my game around it.
Ladies, your husbands want you to be affectionate. Not just when they ask.
Yes. Little pockets, little moments of affection, which, yes, that's a really ongoing discussion for sure. I want to talk about parenting a little bit because now we're parenting a driver.
It's fun.
And we have, teenagers in their mid-teens-ish. And I just remember feeling like when the kids were little, so many people would talk so many negative things around like having teens and how hard they are and how miserable they are. And while I would agree there is a challenge to it, I think they're really fun and they're really awesome. And I don't feel miserable. I feel challenged because I feel like now as she's driving specifically, the consequences of the decision making are going on, but one thing you and I are going up.
Yeah.
But one thing you and I have been struggling with lately, and you said it the best. I was like, I'm feeling this thing, and I told you about it, but you said it's like grieving the loss of their childhood.
Yeah, it's just them growing up. It's just them becoming more adults, and it's not like it's the loss of dependence on you. It's a loss of time around, like It's those things. And I think, yeah, it's just kind of hard sometimes,
Yeah. And I feel that,
but it's awesome.
yeah, it's so good. And you love seeing them flourish. And you, like, for me, I got a text today from a mutual friend that said, "Oh my gosh, I was talking to my friend. Her daughter plays on the same soccer team as your daughter." And she was just saying how amazing of a human being she was. And I was like, oh, it's so cool when you get those messages from people. And, they don't know that you're connected, right? And so to get that information back, I think what it's also shine a light on is something I hear people say too is when you become that empty nester is we're already finding ourselves alone together at the house more. I mean, we're recording this at 4 o'clock on a Monday afternoon, and both our kids are still at practices. And so the need and the demand for us to pay attention to the pulse of our marriage and make sure that we're prioritizing fun and spending time together and realizing that like this is more of our future than
Yeah.
not. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think like you have to. We've talked about it before. Like you have to prioritize your marriage. Like you have to. It's not an optional. If you are married and you said vows to live a certain way and to be with that person, like you got to make it a priority. And I think so many people don't. And not out of like a judgy, faultful place. They just don't. Like life gets busy, life gets hard, life gets fast, and you forget to go on date nights, and you forget to go on family vacations, and you forget to just like tell each other, hey, thank you for cleaning the house, thank you for doing the dishes, thank you for doing the laundry, thank you for those things, right? And that just causes distance, and then that affection is not seen by your children, and that's normal for them. So then they go out and they get a spouse and they model the marriage that you used to have. And you're like, what the heck? Like this guy's a tool
Mm.
or this girl is a bee. Like what's going on? And it's like, well, like she seems really cold to our son. Like what's happening here? Well, like, were you really cold to their father? Like maybe you were for a long time. So I think like, I know that's always in the back of my head is like, I'm teaching Mac what a husband should be like. And I'm also teaching Miller like how he should treat his wife.
Yeah.
So that means I don't yell at you. That means I don't like raise my voice at you. I don't get upset. Like I don't do those things. I try my best not to. Like I'm not perfect, of course. But I think I do a good job at it. And I think just like, yeah, like having to stay connected.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And you're hot. So it works out.
Thank you. If you were to describe in one sentence what it's like to be married to me, what would you say?
I can't say that.
Stop.
No, it's just like it was like I think it's like God's design of what it should be.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like thank you.
Give you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that smooch.
Yeah, I think it is. Like the sentence would be like our marriage is based in love and our faith and helping to support each other to be the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
Not who we are now, not who we were 10 years ago, but like the best version of ourselves of who we're supposed to be.
Which I think is the key to this success is like you see people outgrow each other a lot because they never got on board to that latter part that you said is I think we've strongly realized that there is a future version of us and we're constantly pulling each other towards that. That future version isn't just like the money we make in our business. Honestly, that's probably at the bottom of the list in a lot of ways. It's the type of human being we are. It's how we take care of people. It's how we model that for our kids. And I think sometimes, I mean, you were going through a season this year, which I think you said it so well, is like you're comfortable, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And comfort is good. And also it's kind of like the enemy of the growth piece. And so you're able to articulate when that is and say like, I need something different. And then to be able to support each other through that. I don't think that many marriages like of our friends anyways, that we've seen and they're not having that kind of conversation of like, these are the needs. And I have these needs. That doesn't mean that like you are a part of those needs and I can share what I need and we can support each other through it, which I don't think is as common as I guess I thought it would be at this level or this length of marriage.
Yeah, I think, but we're also like, I think both of us are very deep. Like we are not surface level focus.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. No,
you
it's
know what I
very
mean?
true.
Like,
Yes.
so I think then that makes us have to be that way more. And like we just know like we want our marriage to be like we're only doing this once. Like
Yeah.
it's only one thing. There's no other options. So like how do we make it the best and always keep each other at the center, at the priority, and just figure it out and be honest with each other. Like, hey, this is the things I need to do, or this is what you should be doing, or I should be doing, or I need help over here because I want to go after this. Like, how do we make that happen?
And then let's wrap it up looking at like 2026. It's a 20-year anniversary.
It is.
It's maybe a big summer trip. Our kids are going to be 15, 17.
They'll turn 45.
Oh my goodness. I'll be officially mid 40s. What's the thing that you feel? Oh, let's go two ways on this. What do you feel like you want to work on, or a blind spot that you feel like to grow in 2026, or something you'd like to challenge yourself with?
I think like one of the things I really want to do is just like act more and like not put so much effort into decisions.
That's so funny. That's my exact thing.
Yeah.
Like quicker decisions. We already kind of had this conversation, I guess. And the other thing that came to me while you were talking about that is this is a Jesse Itzler thing that keeps coming up for me, is like that one big challenging event of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like we've done that. I feel like we keep talking about doing Hell on the Hill and, but I want like that big out of the comfort zone. I don't know. I always go back to like a physical thing, and it's not like run a marathon. I've done that, or half marathons, but there's still
What else would it
something.
be
I don't know.
if it wasn't physical. What like?
No, it needs to be physical, but just not something physical I've already done. I've done a Ragnar marathon. I don't think I need to do it. Like, I don't know. There's just like, that's also something fun that I'd like to do. I don't know what that looks like, but yeah, more.
What about for you?
Oh, no, I kind of echo the same thing. I feel like it's.
You just take mine?
No.
That's how this podcast works?
No. We did kind of have this discussion.
You know where all the ideas come from, guys.
No, not true. Quick decision making. And I think that's simple. Where do you want to eat? Where do you want to eat? Where do you want to eat? It's like there's a lot of wasted, but I think the efficiency piece is important. I had told you this is, while I feel like I'm really great with time, I want to be even fast. Okay, this is what it is really. It's like I want to be faster with my time and pour more energy into hobbies outside of business, or fun things to do outside of business. I think I've gotten better at that, but the joy should come from my life and not my business. And I don't think that that's always true at all for me. I don't know what those hobbies are.
Yeah, you get joy out of your work. Like you like your work.
Love my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. And it can't be the only place where I get my endorphin hits. You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean? It can't be the most reliant place. And I feel like other than like what we do as family and spending time together, there's got to be a shift there. So thank you for spending time and being you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
As you guys listen to this, we are just wishing you a great start to 2026. And we hope that this conversation inspires you to maybe just have a conversation with your spouse and sit together and talk about what's next and where you can support each other and what that support looks like. I know that's a passion for us, is to just help more couples have great marriages. It's not something we formally do. I mean, we have volunteered and done premarital coaching and all that good stuff. It's an area that we talk about a lot. And if there's any way we can ever support you, we are here for it. And we just hope you're ending 2025 with so much gratitude and excitement to start 2026. And until next week, go coach them up.